No, not quite. Now we're just Castaway. It's floating on a bunch of planks in the middle of the ocean. With only Crow to keep us company, I guess. I'm so glad he was following us.
Thank the balance, she's all right. Are you all right, April? April? Are you sleeping? She's sleeping, bless her little heart. Boy, is she cute. Too bad she's just a chicken, not a bird. April, wake up!
Pretty sure the British would call her a bird, but... Well, at least we're alive.
I was so worried I thought the storm got you.
Me? Honey, I'm the sidekick. Didn't you ever read any legends? The sidekick always survives.
So you're fine?
A few singed tail feathers, and I'm so charged up sparks fly when I try to peck something. Other than that, better than ever. The sea air does wonders for my allergies.
I didn't realize you had allergies.
Exactly.
Well... Do you know what happened to the crew? I'm guessing that not all of them died if we managed to survive.
Do you know what happened to the crew?
As far as I know, they got away in the lifeboat.
There was a lifeboat?
One of those magic fold-up types, yeah.
I guess they forgot all about me.
I think the captain said something like, "Aye, let the wench drown and justice be done." But, I could have been wrong.
Sounds like him. So, any idea where they're headed? They're probably heading to GN, where they were trying to get to before.
Any idea where the lifeboat is heading?
South, I guess. From what I can remember of the old man's stories about the sea, Tagade would be the closest civilized island.
Wow, they got blown away, of course, then.
Any idea how I'm gonna get to the islands now?
You could swim. Humans swim, don't they? They must, or you wouldn't be here now.
I don't swim. And nobody can swim that far. There's no land visible in any direction.
Well, I'd suggest flying, but you don't have the necessary equipment.
Well, you should try to find the closest island, then.
Why don't you try and find the closest island?
I could do that, but I'd have to leave you on your own.
Crow, I'll be fine.
All right, all right. Don't blame a bird for trying to be a gentleman. Gentle bird, whatever.
Gentle bird.
I'll be back as soon as I can. Don't go anywhere.
Milady.
Where would I go?
Girls always disappear on me. Trust me.
Wonder why that is. Guess they just don't like nice birds. Always put them in the bird zone. Well,
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh, for some reason, the story of the bloodthirsty cannibal merman of the Sea of Song suddenly pops to mind.
How did hear about that? The horrible bloodthirsty cannibal merman that the old guy told us about.
This is all that's left afloat of the White Dragon. I'm either the luckiest person alive or the unluckiest person about to die a slow, horrible death.
Yeah, we could die of dehydration or
A
of
long way
starvation.
from anything. I didn't know the ocean could look so big.
Or if we take a misstep, we could die of drowning, or we could
That might be one of the mermen I heard horror stories about.
try talking to the
Hi.
head.
Do you speak Arcadian? Guess not.
Uh,
Doesn't seem so bloodthirsty and cannibalistic up close, though, does it?
yeah, the thing that was just sticking out of the water just now, it doesn't seem to be that unfriendly.
Hi. Do you speak Arcadian?
Off
Guess
it
not.
goes.
Doesn't seem so bloodthirsty and cannibalistic up close, though, does it?
Well, what if we tried reaching out to it?
Hey, come over here and let me pet you.
Yeah, sure, that's a good idea.
You're just like a seal, aren't you?
Nope. Well, like a seal, if seals usually work together to kidnap people and bring them under the water. Bring them to nowhere in particular. Pretty sure she would have a few problems with pressure if they kept going down like that. Yeah, and sure enough.
Oh, bloody typical. I told her, she didn't believe me. Girls always disappear on me. Always.
Well, I have the feeling it wasn't quite her choice, but now we're inside something.
It's a drawing of a man cutting his finger open and squeezing some blood into a bowl together with some green, mossy stuff.
Oh,
And he
this
mashes
drawing.
it together and... Oh, gross! He dips a black pearl in it and eats it. That's barbaric. Maybe the stories about the cannibal mermen were true after all.
Well, on to the next part of the drawing
But
then.
hey, in the next one he seems capable of speaking fluently with the creatures that brought me here. I wouldn't mind that, if it could get me the hell out of here.
What about the drawing on the right?
It's a drawing of a man, a human, sticking a strange, polyp-shaped object into his mouth. Ugh! In the next drawing, he seems to be able to breathe underwater. Convenient, if somewhat radical.
And this thing in the middle, the exit. Does seem to be underwater though.
There's water out there. Lots of water. I'll just drown if I try to leave.
Well, what about the
The
wall?
walls look organic. And those blue things. I think they're polyps of some kind. They live inside the wall and are part of the structure. National Geographic would go nuts over stuff like this.
Can we take one of the polyps? Eat it, sure.
There's oxygen coming through here. These polyps must process the oxygen in the water somehow. That's how I'm able to breathe in here.
Well, you need to take one of those and eat it, according to the drawing.
It's the polyp I yanked out of the wall. Oh, this is so disgusting, but I have to get out of here.
And the screen shook there for no particular reason, but, you know, if the drawing is to be believed, we should be able to breathe underwater now. And sure enough, we seem to be doing fine, you know, I guess, you know, pressure just isn't going to be an issue for us.
They must have built that house specifically for air-breathing creatures like myself.
Doesn't really look like the sort of thing that can be built, but
It's a big seashell.
take the seashell. If you can interact with it, it must be important.
There's a large black pearl inside the seashell.
Well, take the black pearl. I have the feeling we're gonna have to do that too if we want to communicate with these sea creatures. Can you hurry up and get to the
The seaweed
seaweed?
here is so thick and tangled. It looks almost deliberate.
If you look like it, it probably is. We can swim to the city too, it looks like. Where one of these guys is. Merperson.
It's a person. God knows what sex it is, but I'm sure it's not the one that kidnapped me. That one had smaller wings.
Can we talk to them?
Why did you bring me here?
Lucky me, I'm stuck at the bottom of the sea with Bubbles the mermaid.
I see.
There's got to be a way to communicate with these creatures.
Well, what else can we... A spear.
It's spear. A harpoon, I guess it's called in maritime terminology.
Can we yank the spear, or is that guy gonna get angry?
Sorry.
Well, you can kind of speak underwater, if memory serves correctly, but because of the nature of water, the sound is highly mangled, and you can only really hear it if you're right next to the whoever is making it, unless it's a very loud noise.
It's a pretty blue crystal.
Can we take the blue crystal? Yeah, apparently there's no problem taking the crystal, but taking the spear is not something we're allowed to do.
It's a glowing green substance that's spread evenly across the walls, providing light and heat.
Yeah, I'm thinking hypothermia would also be a problem if you were to swim deep underwater. I guess that's how they had wave it. Now we have some of this green stuff in our pocket. So what did that drawing say? In the breathing house.
It's a drawing of a man mixing some green, mossy stuff with his own blood, applying the mixture to a black pearl, and then eating the pearl. Afterwards, he's able to speak with the merman.
Yeah, she's able to breathe like a fish because she ate one of the polyps that's in the walls of this place. Because apparently that's how you gain the ability to breathe underwater. But now she needs to be able to speak with these mer people, so she needs to stab
This gets
herself.
infected, and I have to chew off my finger to fight the gangrene. I'm suing somebody.
Like who?
How things I do to save the world. Worlds.
You know that she stabbed herself and gained some of her blood somehow. And mixed it with the green stuff and put it on the pearl, which is now golden somehow.
The pearl has turned a golden color and it's glowing with magic.
She should be able to eat it and...
Always had trouble swallowing pills, especially huge golden magical ones. Well, here goes nothing.
Well, there's a bunch of water around you. So let's hope that worked. I'm certainly gonna try to communicate with the fish person now.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, we understand.
Well, I'm glad that worked.
Weird. I have this nagging feeling in the back of my mind that I shouldn't be able to understand what you're saying, but I do.
You have passed the 2 tests of the Gatherer, Landwalker. Breathing water and speaking the tongue of the Meron. You can serve us now.
Serve you?
Serve you?
You have been brought here to serve us as the Gatherer of Tanyan.
What's a Tanyan?
What's Tanyan?
Tanyan is life. Tanyan brings light to darkness and sustenance to our caves. Tanyan keeps the snapjaw from our children and heats us when it is cold.
Apparently snapjaws are sharks, if I recall the old sailors' stories.
Where does Tanyan come from?
Our gatherers collect it from the caves and shores of the islands, but there is less Tanyan to be found each season, and we need help.
I'm guessing Tanyan is the green stuff then.
How does Tanyan do all those things you said?
Tanyan provides warmth and light. It draws the harvest close.
Harvest?
The creatures of the sea that we eat, the golden tail, and the weed-eye, and the sand-eater.
Fish. You're talking about fish.
The harvest, yes, that is what we said. The harvest is drawn to the light and to the heat. But the snapjaw are clever. They stay away. They know the light allows us better aim with our spears.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna meet to the snapjaws though.
Why can't you gather Tanyan yourself?
We do, but we cannot move far from our cities, or the snapjaw will hunt us and eat us. If we travel in force, we leave our men and children without guard. And we cannot travel too close to the islands, or the winged demons may catch eye of us. They leave our gatherers alone though, so you have nothing to fear.
Who are the winged demons? How the feeling we're gonna meet them?
Who are the winged demons?
Ugly, leathery creatures who defy nature to fly up there in the sky. They are evil and live to destroy our people.
Well, they kind of established this, or had a bit of foreshadowing from it, since the old sailor who owned who owned the crow before we did, told us a story about these guys, but made it a lot more exaggerated, and also we could read about them in the library, but what we couldn't read about was the magical green stuff and the eating underwater, or breathing underwater and mixing the magic stuff with blood to gain the ability to speak to this guy's thing. But we kind of get the hint for that in the breathing house that we were just in, so that's the indication.
Don't the snapjaw kill the gatherers?
Rarely. Your meat is bitter and tough, not soft and tender like ours.
I won't ask how you know that. I think I've learned enough about Tanyan for now.
You have learned nothing. But your training will teach you what you need to know.
Thanks. Are your people called the Merum? Because we read about them.
Are your people called the Miram?
We are the Miram. Most landwalkers call us mermen or merpeople, but the Miram is our name in truth.
Who are you?
Who are you, man?
We are the queen of the third city of the Miram,
Oh,
enlightened keeper of the Tanyan, protector of the light.
why are you the only one around then?
Your Majesty, I really had no idea you were a queen.
We are just a queen. Our function is to serve the people, to light our cities, provide food for our men and children, and to protect them from the snapjaw that hunt us in the dark.
Do you know where my ship went down, actually? So it went go down between the reefs, but I guess April doesn't know that.
Do you know where my ship went down?
The vessel you foolishly travel in above the water, it rests not far from the city, just past and beyond the Landwalker's bubble where you were first brought. I think it is dead.
It is dead, yeah. It was never alive to begin with, unless you count before before it was made into a ship, but...
Do you know the island of Elias?
Yes, we know the island of Elias. Our gatherers find Tanyan there, and the Merum once had a city in the shallow waters below it.
Can you bring me there?
Until your training is complete, you cannot go gathering. We cannot risk losing you to the Snapjaw, or to have you desert your duties to our people.
How long will my training take?
6 cold oceans.
6 years? Sure, that makes sense. Everything in this world takes ages.
Yeah, the old god who lives in the deep. I heard about that, but what can you tell us about it?
I've been told that you worship an old god who lives in the deep.
How did you come by this forbidden knowledge?
I picked it up on my way here. Could you take me to him?
You? No, we cannot. Unless you are Miram, you are not even allowed to speak of our sleeping god.
Well, I guess that's that then.
Thanks for your time.
We will call on you soon to begin your service. Until then, you should stay inside the Landwalker's bubble and away from the dark waters where the Snapjaw lurk.
Yeah. About this crystal that we picked up, though.
Do you need this?
No. It is of no value to us.
Where did you find it? It looks very old.
I believe one of the children found it just outside the city, not far from the Landwalker's bubble, among the seaweed by the rocks. We have used it for decoration in our hall, but you are welcome to it. Consider it a gift, gatherer.
Dragons. Yeah, the white dragon is called the mother, so that was kind of slightly telegraphed.
It's a big seashell.
Can we move the seaweed now? Well, with great
Here's
pains.
another one of those crystals buried in the sand among the seaweed.
I think there's also a passageway behind the seaweed, but... yeah, there is.
There's
Maybe
an
if
entrance
we...
to a cave back here. Judging by the amount of seaweed, it's a long time since anybody's been in there.
Guess we also got another crystal out of the our exploration, and there seems to be more in here.
It's another one of those blue crystals.
So let's go crystal gathering. Because we're gonna have to gather these crystals before we gather the green stuff again. Now we have 4 of them. And there is this pedestal in the middle. Oh boy, I sense a puzzle coming up. Stone ring
It's a
number
long
1.
spear with hooks. Probably a harpoon then.
Probably a harpoon. What about this?
This inscription looks like a fish. This inscription looks like a huge pyramidic structure with an eye in the middle.
Nope, doesn't remind me of anything.
It's inscribed with the image of a wave, probably representing water.
How shall we do this? Well, if we look at the crystals,
It's the crystal I took from the Marian's home.
it seems to have the harpoon symbol on the side, but so does this one. This one has a harpoon and a fish. I don't know where we would put them, but... I think I would put them here, I don't know. No, if you rotate them. Harpoon, fish, and yeah, the other one. I'm guessing this is how you do it. So the other one has a fish and harpoon, but in a different configuration. Guessing this, yeah, would say that it goes here, but it needs to face the wave. Yeah, harpoon and then the fish and then the wave, which is behind it. This one has harpoon and the wave, which means it goes where? Actually, I don't know. Harpoon and the wave, what else does it have? If I put it here, it has harpoon, wave, and Illuminati, so... Wave, Illuminati, oh, right. I think it goes in the harpoon then. It faces the harpoon... No, wait, this is a different one, I think. Yeah, this is the one that goes in the fish thingy. Yeah, harpoon, then wave, and... Okay, wait a moment. I thought that made sense, but I guess not. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way.
This ring is inscribed with the image of a clay pot.
I also don't know what the deal is with the rings.
It's stuck. I don't think it's supposed to move.
Okay, wait. And fish. Yeah, I think this... You would think that this is the thing that goes here. Maybe this isn't what goes here then. Maybe this goes elsewhere. Maybe this is the one that goes in this place. Wave. No, it doesn't. Okay, wait. Fish. It's fish, then wave, then harpoon. So you would think it'd go between these two. Don't know which direction I'm rotating it in, to be honest. What if I'm rotating it clockwise? That would work. But I'm not sure if I am. Fourth crystal. Well, let me see. Okay, I think if I assume that they're being turned a certain way, this is actually correct. Well, I know for a fact this is not correct. Let me see, they're turned how? Counterclockwise. No, clockwise. Yes, clockwise. No. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, wait a moment. If I take all of these again... I was quite certain from placing the first crystal and how it works so well that I was doing it right, but maybe not. See, that seems to make sense to me.
It's one of the 2 crystals I found inside the abandoned cave.
So does this. If I put this here, that makes sense to me. And if I put this here and make it so that, no, okay. Maybe if I switch these 2 around. Put this one here instead.
It's stuck. I don't think it's supposed to move.
No. trying to do is turn it.
Fish.
Fish, yeah. Well, they're all facing symbols, which should make sense. So right now that's facing water and that facing Illuminati, but...
It's stuck. I don't think it's supposed to move.
Oh. Well, I can move this outer ring, I guess. And this.
It's stuck. I don't think it's supposed to move.
But the pot ring can't move. So now what do we do? So I guess the pot ring faces that. I'm guessing the bird ring faces a mountain. The fire ring, I don't know what is soon. Merum ring. Guessing that would face the water, yeah. The water or the fish? Actually, wait. What if we put the fire beside the water instead? To make it opposites. Put the bird beside the fish. Put the Merum beside the mountain, and yeah, that seems to have done the trick.
It looks like some kind of visual history of the Merum people.
So they're like the other things. They like to draw the history in these sites of ancient caves.
According to this first tablet, oh my god, it turns out the Merum came to Earth inside a type of spaceship from another planet. They're aliens?
Yeah, big shocker, even though
Not
that's
that
been
anything
foreshadowed.
should point, but still, they look very different back then, though. It must have been a long time ago.
You know how they say the
The
Drakekin
ship
came
looks to
from
have been a living thing, according to these drawings. Wait a minute. Could this be their ancient god? One of the dragons? I think it has to be.
said many times that the
After they arrived
Drakekin
on
came
Earth,
from
their species
elsewhere
divided
before
in
there was
two.
anything else here,
One
so...
crawled into the sea, the other onto land. What does that mean?
It means that their species
This must be
branched into
one thing,
several.
Because the Merum look like they do today. At least the ones who went into the sea do. The other ones? They have wings. If I'm going to guess, I'd say that the ones who went to live on land became the Elation, which means the Merum and Elation are related. In this one, they're living close to each other and in peace. And it seems they share equally in the production of tan yen, which attracts fish for both peoples to eat. Then something happens. War, it looks like, and the Merum and Elation move away from each other. In this last one, tan yen is beginning to become scarce, and the Merum are losing many of their young ones to the Snapjaw. They fear the Elation, and they forget their common heritage. At the very end, there's a prophecy, I think. The Merum and the Elation joining hands once again. When they do, tan yen becomes plentiful and both people prosper.
Yeah, clearly the production of a natural resource is entirely dependent on diplomatic relations.
It's a circular indentation framed with the image of two dragons biting each other's tails, almost exactly like the markings on my talisman.
What happened to the talisman, actually? Do we still have it? I don't think we do. I think we lost it out at sea. So now that we've discovered all this, what if we try to leave? Apparently, nothing will happen. What if we try to tell the guy, the queen that was here, about what we just discovered?
Can we talk for a minute?
Yes, Gatherer. We may.
Why was the cave with the altar and the wall painting just outside the city abandoned?
What? Show us this cave. Immediately.
Yeah, apparently they think this is pretty important as well.
I lit the cave by placing the crystal from your palace together with 3 more crystals I found on the altar and moving the stone rings into their correct positions.
Can it be that you are... But you are a gatherer. You cannot be she.
Who can't I be?
The Water Stiller. She who, by prophecy, will deliver us from strife and unite us as one people. She who will uncover the ancient shrine.
Looks pretty ancient to me.
This is the shrine, yes. And you have brought light to the darkness as well. But the other prophecies, you have not fulfilled them. You have not proven yourself to be the water stiller yet.
How can I do that?
Come back with us, and we will tell you.
Well, alright then. I'm glad that transitioned so smoothly, but...
Who is the water stiller?
She is of the prophecies. She will bring an end to strife and unite our people.
How can I prove that I'm the water stiller?
You have uncovered the ancient shrine and brought light to the darkness. But this could be just chance. You must show us the witness you carry of your mission to the balance.
The talisman! Damn, I lost it when the storm hit us.
You must also kill a snapjaw with a spear. And then you will have proven yourself to us. Once you have done this, we will aid you in your quest to make us one people.
Where do I begin?
Take this spear and slaughter a snapjaw. This must be done to prove your strength, and to prove you are of the Miram.
Where do I find the snapjaw?
If you are the water stiller, you will find a way.
Well, alright then, I guess we can take the spear now. So now we're just carrying a spear with us. Time to go find a snapjaw. Might as well save here, so... Have we tried swimming to the right of the bubble? I don't think we have. But we can. We can go to the shipwreck. So maybe we'll find the talisman here. Oh boy. So this big thing, I'm not sure what our position is relative to it, but...
The snapjaw's keeping to the shadows, waiting for me to get close enough to attack.
Yeah, I guess we're supposed to assume this is a snapjaw, so... Can we just use the spear on it?
It's dead. I killed it.
Didn't see how that happened, but... I guess it really was that
I
simple.
need something to bring back to prove that I killed the snapjaw.
Well, how about... I don't know.
This tooth will do just fine. Oh man, that's sharp. I had no idea a snapjaw had razor teeth. If I did, better not think about that now.
Okay, well, better carry on into the shipwreck then. And sure enough, right in
It's
view.
my talisman! What incredible luck!
Incredible luck is right. So, having acquired this, off we go back to the city. I'm glad that went so smoothly. Well, here's a talisman somewhere around here. It is.
Here's proof of my mission. A magical talisman with the sign of the balance. It means that I'm the 13th guardian of the balance.
You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. If you fulfill the rest, we will acknowledge you as the water stiller.
Well, there is just one more part of it that we need to fulfill, and we have the means to do so right here.
Here's a tooth from the dreaded snapjaw that guarded the shipwreck. Proof of my strength and courage.
You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. If you fulfill the rest,
Which we already
we will
have.
acknowledge you as the water stiller.
Well, how about it?
Can we talk for a minute?
Yes, gatherer.
Thanks.
My time.
Okay, what else is missing though? Pretty sure we already did everything we needed to. We already showed her the tooth and the talisman. Okay, wait a moment. Maybe if we go back to the shrine.
It's an indentation roughly the size of my talisman, framed with a familiar symbolism of the balance.
Well, clearly, we use our talisman on it. That's a pretty big talisman if it's that size compared to your head. But for that...
Small niche containing what appears to be a shard of stone. It's a piece of the stone disc.
How wouldn't you know it? You got another piece of the disc.
It's only one half of a piece. It looks like it's been divided in two. Strange.
So that puts us at 3/8 of completion of our quest to gather the disc. I suppose. Guess this is the last bit of proof we needed, though.
It's one half of one of the 4 pieces of the stone disc. I got this from the temple cave of the Merim. I've taken from you the object you've kept hidden for generations. It's part of the disc that will restore the balance and save the twin worlds from chaos.
There it is, there you go then.
You have indeed fulfilled all but one of the prophecies.
All but one.
You might yet be the water stiller. We would not have thought she would come in our lifetime.
Good. Then you'll take me to your sleeping god.
There is but one more prophecy you must fulfill.
There's more? Sure, there's always more. That's the fun part about prophecies.
You must unite our people once again.
But you said you were united, that there's no strife between Merim.
The water stiller will come to bring our people together again, to unite us and save us. This has still not come to pass. Until you do so, the prophecies of the water stiller have not fully come to pass.
Yeah, I guess we still need to unite them with...
I know now what the prophecies mean when they say your people will be reunited. The Merim are at peace with each other, yes? You're not at peace with the Elation. The Wind Demons.
Yep, them.
They are our enemies.
Right now they might be. But it wasn't always like that. Not according to the carvings in the temple cave.
What do you mean?
Once upon a time, long ago, the Merim and the Elation were one people.
What? This is heresy.
I'm just telling you what I saw in your temple. This was a very long time ago, and the one species soon divided in two. One sought refuge in the sea, the other on the winds. But both the Merim and the Elation were dependent on the other for various reasons, amongst them Tenyen, which was abundant where the two people lived in close proximity to each other. Apparently, there was peace between your two people for a very long time. But then something happened, something that caused a war to break out. Both the Elation and the Merim moved far away from each other, and ever since then, your people have had a tough time finding Tenyen. I think the only way to save the Merim from a slow death, and the Elation as well probably, is to reconcile you with your, common ancestry.
How can we believe you, Water Stiller? Your words are too outrageous, and the consequences, were you to be speaking the truth, are grave.
If you don't believe me, check out the temple walls. The whole story has been recorded there, probably when you first came to this place.
But what will our people say? What will they think when we tell them they are brothers and sisters to the winged demons?
You're their queen, and so you'll have to make them understand and accept their heritage. As must the Elation, I expect, and I don't think it will be any easier for them to come to terms with their history.
You must go to them, then, to find if our temple speaks the truth, and if they are willing to speak with us like civilized people.
I guess I must. Water Stiller or not. If you don't reunite with them, you will die. Eventually.
We will bring you to the shores of their closest island, and we will await word from you on their answer.
Does this mean you believe me?
You are the Water Stiller. You are prophecy. We will follow your directions and fulfill our destiny. One of our people will bring you to Alais, a night's journey from here. Once there, you will find the Elation and speak with their leaders. If they agree to meet, then we will do so in a place of your choosing.
I promise I'll do my best. Goodbye.
Safe journey, Water Stiller. We will hold on to the piece of the disc you found in the temple. If the winged demons, the Elation, agree to meet us, we will bring the stone.
And with that, That's another chapter done then. We're more than halfway done with the game now. This next chapter is quite long though, so... We've been left in
I'd
this...
get lost if I just wander off into the jungle with no idea what the island looks like or where I'm heading. Debris from another capsized ship. These must be dangerous waters.
Before we go off to explore the island of the Elation though, I'm gonna go ahead and save, because this next part that's coming up is quite lengthy, so I'm gonna save it for next time. But yeah, we are more than halfway done with the game at this point, so... There's a couple of chapters coming up that are pretty short, even comparatively speaking. So look forward to that, I suppose. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and